Welcome to the Team Broth channel. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to check out Replay, our sponsor, in the description down below. Right, so the big one was, we kind of like did like a mini roast my deck in the chat we do sometimes before going to events, kind of like to come up with questions and stuff like that. And obviously there's always everybody straight comes out with the why over 40. How come you decided to go with like over 43?
The reason being is first it was 40, but I want like the list originally came from Nico Fernando. Like I liked the deck profile.
Okay.
And the way he did it, so I just copied it, and I wanted to change certain things. The first thing was I wanted to play Called By. I don't understand why he didn't play it in the main, because it comes up going first, it comes up going second.
Yeah.
Especially everybody now that plays the Mulcharmy, so I feel like Calling Buying that, or even Called Buying an Ash or an Droll, is really, really necessary and quite good. Or going second, Called Buying, I don't know, if you play a Mitsurugi Mirror, you just Called Buy the Murakamo, and they have a problem, right?
Yeah.
So that was the 41st card. And then while testing, like it was more of my friend was like put into nips, and I was like, why? Is like it just punishes. Like if you play a lot of hand traps, it just combines well with a lot of hand traps, especially if you play 6 Mulcharmies, so you draw into it.
Yeah.
And he's a mathematician. There
Yes.
we go.
Yeah.
And sorry, and he said it's all right with 43. It doesn't really change the odds too significantly.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
And that was mostly the reason behind it, and I was fine with it. I only bricked once on Mulcharmies going first, but otherwise
Yeah.
And the last round I just had 3 normal summons, got dashed on the first one past turn. Happens.
Yeah, happens. Funny enough, you've answered one of the questions there. One of the questions was literally, why 2 nib, and what was the math behind it? So that's kind of funny that
Oh
you
yeah.
predicted me straight away on that. You always know someone's going to ask you why, so you have the math ready. I guess the big one is, why did you choose Fiendsmith Mitsurugi and not like Pure or Ryziel or any of the others?
Because I feel like Pure is bad. The mirror match, you just you go second. Like you go first, right? You will reward. You pass. Your opponent plays Mitsurugi as well. He just starts Murakumo, nukes your board. Then you have 1 Raigeki, and that's it, right?
Yeah, that makes sense.
And Ryziel, like if I want to draw, the deck loses to draw even harder.
Yeah, big time.
Like you already lose to draw, right? Lose in quotations, I would say.
Yes.
But then I wanted to play. I love Fiendsmith, right?
Yeah.
I just think the engine is super fun. Caesar is a bastard card, should get banned in my opinion.
Yeah.
So that was the reason behind it. Like if you start with Mitsurugi, you get trolled. The dude who originally copied the list from had always a combo. Whatever you started with, you can always get 2 bodies, so you go for a full Fiendsmith line.
Yep.
And on Caesar trap, and that's mostly sufficient.
Yeah,
And that was the reason behind it.
They have to throw some hand traps into you as well, so hopefully you get like hand rip them a couple at least.
Exactly.
And then did you not find, like, did you miss Impulse at all? Because I know Pure got to play Impulse, but did you ever find like...
No, never. Like I rather have my Fiendsmith cards.
Yeah, I respect that. Yeah, it makes sense. The deck is... Fiendsmith is just crazy, especially not being hit with the ban list.
Yeah, like Impulse is a crazy card, right? But Caesar is also on that level, I would say.
Yeah, also not being once per turn with Caesar is kind of...
Yeah, it's silly. Every time you build it, like you're going first, they need to have an answer ready, so they need to hold the imperm or whatever.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you just trade 2 for 1.
Yeah.
And like it's good 2 for 1 trades. And if you go second, you crack their board with Murakumo. You just go Caesar, pass, and you have 3 interruptions again. So
yeah, it's so layered, isn't it? There's just so much going on.
it is.
And then, funny enough, speaking about like Droll and the Fiendsmith, I know you're playing Sanct, which is probably to counter the Droll a wee bit, but like, did you find that playing like 2 tract, 3 engraver, like kind of already like played into Droll a bit harder at times, or did you find it ended up being okay normally?
It ended up being okay normally. Like you said, it's correct that we play Sang just for the sole reason that it plays a round roll.
Yeah.
So if you always look at your hand, you're like, what do I have? Like, do I get rolled here? What do I have to do? So if you just have an engraver, you always start engraver, add Sanct, and then you just go full Fiendsmith combo, because at that point, most of the times either hard bricked, or which is less likely than you just having a lot of hand traps.
Yeah, yeah. So would you normally lead Fiendsmith first then?
No, always Mitsurugi.
Oh, you would go Mitsurugi then?
Always Mitsurugi.
So, like, you could end up with, like, a dead tract in hand, potentially, or a dead engraver. I suppose you could always try and ditch the engraver out the hand to try and go other avenues, I suppose, couldn't you?
Yeah, it depends. Like you will just have to analyze your hand, right? If I go because if you go habakiri and they roll you, right?
Hmm.
Habakiri at prayers, it's still full Fiendsmith combo. It doesn't matter if they roll you.
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. And then some of the other ones we asked was why did you choose like droll when you're playing six charmies as well? Do you ever find that you like say dropped like a Perulia and then you had a like drew into a droll, already had a droll? Like would you prioritize one over the other?
No, because at the end it's just sequencing, right? They you go let's say they added something, right? They go I don't know what adds on normal summon. What is currently played?
I guess you could say
Um, let
Raizio, I
let's
suppose.
go Ryzeal. Yeah, let's go with Ryzeal. That's a perfect example. A normal sword.
Yep.
Um, at X, then
Yep.
you just check. You just go for Fuvalas first. If they ask you, just change roll. It's easy sequencing.
Okay. I get you. Because then you like, yeah, that's a 2 for 1 then.
It's a 2 for 1. Like if they ask you, sure, bro, you're on the roll. You can't play that much.
Yeah.
If not, bro, I draw cards. I don't give.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair enough. It's a good way of putting it. And then what else? Like, what did you find performed really well? What kind of was a bit sucky, and like, would you make any changes or anything like that?
And the base fields were quite hyped. Like we predicted that we play a lot of Fiendsmith or Mitsurugi. That's the only reason why two are in the main deck. So they performed really, really well.
Okay. And then
Um,
any
oh,
subpar or
subpar, I wouldn't say, but the only thing that sucked, which I would have to find a solution for sometimes, when you just started Habakiri, you send Archie, then you get ashed, and you don't have like any of the spells. You have a lot of dead cards to draw, because the only way to get back into the Mitsurugi engine is if you draw one of the spells.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
I was thinking of maybe finding something that could potentially tribute the Habakiri from hand. I was just looking for it today, actually, during one of the lectures.
yeah.
Um, so far, I only found spheres that could tribute a card from hand.
Okay.
So I was trying to find something. I don't know. Maybe there is something that you can just make a link 2 or a link 3 that just tributes something from
Yeah,
hand for whatever effect. It doesn't really matter. So you can trigger the Habakiri to get back into the full combo.
yeah. That's a fair
That's
point.
the only thing. That's the only thing I would really, really change.
Yeah, I couldn't even think of anything off the top of my head. That's see, it's the niche things like that, isn't it? And then why two of the Mitsurugi spell? Funny enough, speaking about that, because obviously I think one is pretty standard. That was a big question we were talking about. Like there was a couple of two of you had here. It was like why the two of the Mitsurugi Raizio, why the two Murakuma, and why two Aramasa.
For the ritual spell, it's just if it's nice to hard draw, especially combat like paired with a
Yep,
ritual. Because if you ever draw a ritual monster plus the spell, you always play around Ash and draw.
yep, yep. Okay,
So
yes, that
it
makes sense.
does. And also, if the first one gets stopped, right? Never happened to me. Happened to some of my friends. There's no way to recur it. Otherwise, you have to always draw Kusanagi.
Okay, yep,
Or get prayers into Kusanagi into ritual spell, right? But
yeah,
it's the same thing with having Habakiri in hand that already resolved. It's just you requiring to top deck to get back into the engine.
yep. That's fair. Okay,
And the 2 aramasa is required for the combo. It's just for the normal where you can always play around the draw. You always just use 2 aramasa.
okay,
Because there's a
okay.
point at one point where you have to send certain lines, right? You have to send Kusanagi, and you already used Sachi.
Okay.
So you need an aramasa. You once normal an aramasa, and you need to send another aramasa because you can't like pair them with the rituals. Because that's not how Yu-Gi-Oh works.
Yeah, yeah,
Because
that's
you
fair.
can't overpay for a card.
Yes, yeah, sadly. So well, I feel like that would make a lot of decks broken though, to be fair, if you could.
It did.
Um
It would certainly.
yeah. And then yeah, one comment we made was it felt like there was a lot of bricks at times. And I can imagine obviously Prulia and Fublos are kind of bricks in their own when you're going first, but um did you find that this balanced out and did you find it end up being like quite worth it, even though say there might be some bricks? Did you find that like it still felt good, even though there could have been hands where you draw a couple of duds?
Yeah, I like it happened a lot. I went first and I had like a Purvilia. So you can always make the decision, right? Do I just pass?
Yeah.
Do I just go? Let's say you have a Fulos and I don't know, let's say a tract. You just go tract, summon lurrie, link one, and at that point you can also just pass. Because in their main phase you can go recurrent quick effect. You have no
Yes.
cards. You just change Fuga from hand.
Yeah.
Right. So they have to play around your trap already plus Fugalos. And otherwise, going first, it's okayish because every normal summon is already 50% of a full Fiendsmith combo.
Yeah, literally. Yeah.
And the other thing, funny thing is, it's a level 4, which we don't have that many of.
Yeah.
So in testing, also came up that let's say you had just Fiendsmith combo going first.
Yeah.
Then they pass back to you. You go summon a Requiem again, summon the lacrima back from the deck, and then you just normal summon one of the Mucharmis, and then you go for King of the Feral Limbs,
Yeah.
the Habakiri, and then you have the full Mitsu engine as well.
That's kind of nice. That's funny if that was another thing we were mentioning about like bridging was did you not find like say missing dark at times? Say like if you had like full Fiendsmith combo, but then like also you could have the like say if you didn't draw any Mitsurugi, which does seem kind of unlikely, but did you ever miss dark being able to like crash in to be able to search or anything like that?
Not really. It maybe could have come up, right? But the problem is, if you want to make dark, you need a dark monster, and the only dark monster we play are either you have to have a bestial, you already have a part of the Mitsurugi engine, or you need to sacrifice your princess to make the dark.
Okay. Yeah. That makes sense.
So at that point, I feel like it's not really necessary to play the dark.
Yeah.
And I don't even know what I would have cut for the dark. Like there's I don't know if you've seen that. There's a way to actually bridge with just pure Fiendsmith into pure Mitsurugi.
Oh, I did not. How'd you do that?
I forgot what this. It's you make King of Duke of Demise. Like you go a normal Fiendsmith combo until you have Princess plus Engraver.
Yeah.
Then you go sequence, and you shuffle back the two fiends. Summon a Duke of Demise.
Okay.
Then you link these two away for a dark.
Yes.
Then you banish the Duke of Demise.
Yeah.
One sec, what was it? Banish the Duke of Demise, add back the lacrima, normal the lacrima.
Yeah, I'll put you on the spot here with a full combo, so I do apologize.
Oh, sorry. At one point, you just equip it. Equip the sequence to the lacrima.
Yep.
Then you can send the. Oh, what was it? Then you send the sequence. No, the dark and the equipped monster to the grave to summon. What's the It's a level 4 fusion that uses one spellcaster and one XYZ monster. Grosso?
I'm not too sure, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it just requires a spellcaster and an XYZ or a link or whatever. So you have the spellcaster from the dark.
Okay.
And the other thing from the equip, because it counts actually as a monster card. So then you have 2 force, and then you just go overlay for feral imps. And then... the card is Magistus Coroso.
Oh yes, is that a new one, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a new one. It's super rare. Then you overlay, and then you can go full Mitsu combo. But for me, this was always just win more.
Yes, understandably. I feel like you're always going to kind of draw something at least. But no, it was just a question one person had. But yeah, it makes sense. There's not really too many darks to go into. And then you already said anything changed, but like, how were the events? Like, obviously you got top 4, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
And then what were like? How many losses did you end up with in Swiss? Because I wasn't sure if you were was it pure Swiss or was there a top cut? Sorry.
It was pure. It was 9 rounds of Swiss the first day.
Yeah.
And then top 16 the second day. So during Swiss, I went 7-1-1.
Nice.
The draw was my bad because I'm a silly goose. So the only thing I needed to do was activate prayers.
Yeah.
Summon back Kusanagi from grave. Kusanagi had ritual spell, ritual from hand, Rageki attack.
Yeah.
That was like distracting because one of my friends was sitting next to me. So I went to prayers.
Yeah.
And was like, oh, I don't need to search, but I just searched. Then I summoned back and he's like, bro, you didn't tribute. I'm like, bro, I had the ritual in hand. So I was just silly that I drew there. And the loss was against Unchained. And it's a really bad matchup.
Oh, that's
like whatever I do, like if I go Murakumo, it just triggers their effect. If I go Murakumo to discard, they discard their Shayama or whatever brick they drew. And the only thing that's good in the matchup is the Caesar, but they play, I don't know, maybe 12 outs.
Yeah.
For it.
Yeah. Makes sense. Okay, that's interesting. What were your matchups on the day? Did you? I'm presuming like there will be a lot of malice because everybody's kind of on the malice train at the moment.
No, not a single malice. On the first day, I
Really?
didn't play a single malice. Like, I had so much prepared for malice, but as I didn't play any malice.
So what were your matchups then, if you can remember most of them?
Oh, let me think. Round one was against White Forest. Then I played against Mitsurugi, Pure Mitsu, Crystron, Mermail, um, Fiendsmith. Ryziel, Fiendsmith, um, Ryziel Heretic Beast.
Ooh,
So quite a lot of stuff. And then day two,
yeah.
top 16. I didn't. My opponent had a no-show
Oh, no
because
way.
he thought the tourney starts 9:30, but it was 9 sharp. So I was
Ooh.
just. There's actually a picture. I can send it to you,
Okay.
where I'm just sitting at the table and my opponent's chair is empty.
Oh, you be gutted.
Nah, he was broken. I felt like I was happy that I won, right? But I was not
Yeah.
happy the way I won.
Yeah, yeah,
If
no,
that makes
it's
sense.
it's like a what is it, a hollow victory, isn't it?
Indeed,
Bittersweet.
indeed, indeed.
Yeah. What did you play top eight then?
Top eight, my first malice.
Oh my god.
So at that one I won 2-1, and then top four I also lost to malice because going first, second, like I rolled a 17, he rolled a 20,
Oh,
right?
built different.
Happens. I built different. I
Yeah.
even told him before, like I rolled first. I was like, bro, give me an 18 now. He rolls a 20. It's like I get built different.
Yeah.
Um, and I don't have draw. He has full combo, so doesn't do a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, that's I guess kind of part of the problem. Yeah. Playing Droll. Droll feels like I presume Droll felt really good on the day.
It did because it didn't face that many malice. It's only really bad into malice, but we have other hand traps that
Yeah.
like Nib is really good into malice. That's another reason why we played it.
Yeah.
And the chommies are also good into malice. And then me going first, I had Sachi, Aramasa, lurrie in hand, Murakumo strike.
Mm,
So I just made the decision on the spot. If I normal summon, like I lose to more hand traps if I summon Sachi,
yeah.
but I knew he was playing Book of Eclipse. So
Okay.
if I just go Lurrie into Caesar Pass, there might be a high chance he just eclipses me.
Okay.
So I just made the decision on the spot to normal Sachi effect. He ashes me, so I set Strike Pass.
Eesh.
He goes normal Chessie, and I decided at that point he goes effect. I just decided I strike that.
Yeah.
And he goes terraforming into Malison Underground, so
Yeah.
happens.
Yeah, that's fair. I guess if you let that go off, it could be full combo, but then they could have absolutely nothing. And yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, that's fair enough. Just gotta kind of shotgun and pray, really, isn't it? And then like dice roll wise, how many dice rolls did you win on the day?
Oh, I won more than I lost. I think on day one, I think I won maybe 6 or 5. I won a lot,
That's
but
kind of nice.
going second it wasn't hard because I play 19 non-engine, so
Yeah.
mathematically wise I should always have two hand traps in hand.
Yeah.
And if it's one of the Charmies, they always make a half board, especially because I expect a lot of ICL.
Yeah.
That's why we played. That's why it was also one of the decisions to actually play the Charmy in the main, because
Yeah.
I don't like playing 6 Charmies personally.
Yeah. That makes sense. I think like looking at Mitsu, it's such a crazy good like engine. It just gets so much advantage. And I feel like it can push through so much. Yeah, I respect that. It makes sense. Like going second, it does feel like it can be quite strong. And then the kind of like last one, really, I feel like we've gone over quite a lot of things, but like, what were your typical side patterns? I guess you weren't playing too much Malice, but like, say, what would your side patterns have been, or what were they mainly with Malice, and then into your like mirror matches and stuff like that?
I got you. Like going first is quite easy. Take out the Chummies,
Yeah,
put in the the Solemns plus the Talents,
yeah, pretty easy.
and that was like every matchup. And then going first, and then it just depended what you played. Let's say against Melissa, I also took out the draws, put in the Lanceas, right?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So and going second, it was mostly like I always took out the Sanct.
Yes, makes sense.
Um, Mostly the hand traps that were bad because I didn't want to take out too much engine because I don't want to break on nothing.
Yeah,
So against Melis, for example, we took out free Droll, 2 Bestials,
yeah,
Sanct,
yeah,
uh, 3, 6, 7, yeah, 3, 3. 1 second, I just have to count it.
No, it's grand.
7, and 1 engraver. Yeah. So you just put in the lancea, the meows, and the nip.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, so you literally came in with like 9 mulch armies going into Malice game 2 or 3 then? Yeah,
Yeah.
that feels quite nice, to be fair. Did you ever see double or triple?
A lot. I
Yeah.
also top like I had a game where I played against Raisiel Mitsurugi.
Yep.
I go draw face Purulia. He's like, okay. He goes normal ice. I chain Fuvalos. He goes talents, looks at my hands. He's 4 engine. He's like, I have to play. He gave me 12 draws. I gave him Bruise Worm, Nibiru, Imperm, Ash. Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, but he made the correct decision to actually play. But I didn't think he had to play that hard. But yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
I feel like a lot of people are kind of taking the challenge at the moment. And I think it's very interesting. But yeah, I like it. I feel like taking the challenge can be fun at times. I mean, you panic a wee bit on a tournament, I imagine, but certainly with friends, taking the challenge is interesting. But yeah, any kind of like, any notes, anything you think we've missed out on here? Anything of interest you found?
For taking the challenge, what I would recommend is just think about, do they have nib or not?
Yeah.
Because if they just play no low impact stuff, what most people do, like just like play the rolls or the imperms, you don't really get that hard punished. If you take a little challenge, if you take the full challenge, maybe. But worst case, you get another Ash, another imperm. But if you have like a strong engine like Malice, even if there's 6 or 7 cards in hand or 10, every deck only has a certain amount of pushes, and if you can stop them,
Yeah.
might as well take the challenge.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. Anything else?
I would recommend playing this deck over a Raisiel version, because it just loses less to draw. And
Yeah.
it's super fun to play. It's so much fun to play.
I think I personally was actually looking to swap in a Mitsurugi. I was playing around with Murmur for a while, but it just doesn't feel strong enough now. But funnily enough, after looking at your list, I am interested, put it that way. I also saw there was I think it was someone played Ogadoic as well. A lot of Ogadoic Mitsurugi. Have you played around with that at all?
No. I just have a friend who's playing Octowick for 2 years now, even before Mitsurugi.
Yeah.
And he was quite happy with Mitsurugi, so I know a little bit what it does. But
Yeah.
otherwise, not really.
Yeah, because I had a good run over the weekend. I think it was Junho, was it Jinho? He topped Austria with that as well. So was it Austria? I can't remember what. Yeah, the other one, Netherlands, was it? I think it might have been that one.
I just know that Thunder Fury, Julian Strassel topped Austria with it.
Yeah. Interesting.
That one I knew of.
Yeah, so I can't believe how much Mitsurugi's kind of taken over. It feels like everyone expected Malice, and then this deck is kind of really taken it by storm, to be honest.
Because it claps Malice really hard.
Yeah, makes sense. It's getting the results, put it that way. But
yeah, I mean the engine itself just makes it really, really hard for Malice to play. Because like if you think about Malice, what they do in the mirror, they just summon Bomber. Because removing bodies is really good.
Yeah.
Against Malice.
That's fair. And then I just realised as well we've gone this whole video and I haven't actually introduced you.
All good.
Because it's Colin Heim.
Yeah, Colin Heim.
Yes, cool. I was trying to figure out how to say your last name. I was like, I really don't want to say it wrong.
All good.
Colin Heim.
No, all good.
Yes.
It just means Colin home in English.
Oh, that's fair. I can't really say anything. I've got a German last name and I'm not German, so.
All good.
But
I was in America for a year and I've heard so many ways, so I'm used to it.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. But I really appreciate you coming on and doing the interview, so to speak, with us. Me mainly. All the questions are coming from the other members of the team. So yeah, I really appreciate this and thank you very much.
You're welcome. If you have any more questions, just feel free to put them in the comments or reach out to me you can reach out to me on Dueling Book. Gambling is good. Is my username.
Was there any other shout outs as well? So I just realized I didn't ask you for shout outs or anything.
Probably the same shout outs I gave the other day. Like shout outs to my girlfriend, shout outs to Thomas who actually play tested with me, played the exact same list. I just goofed there. Otherwise you would have topped as well.
Yep.
Shout out to Julian and Marcio who tested with me. And shout out to Nico for giving me the original idea.
Yeah, the inspiration.
The combos are quite nice.
Yeah.
I can send them to you if you want. You can just put them in the description.
Yeah,
like the basic one.
Anything you want to send me, I can pop down below for you.
Mm-hmm.
But brilliant. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Hey guys, thank you for watching. See you in the next one.